If you're new to the podcast community and you want to start a new podcast and you're looking for a platform that is user friendly, that has everything you need at your fingertips, that won't set any limits, that you can earn money, then I would recommend Anchor. Now, Anchor can be used basically anywhere. You could be in your car, you can be laying on the sofa in bed where you can edit, record, and upload. You can throw in soundtracks. Everything is there for you. Now, I use it because, it's user friendly and it is free, and I find it really easy to navigate without it being very confusing. Now, most platforms, before you can even try it out, you need to sign up and pick a plan. I like Anchor because I don't have to go through any of that. So I recommend it. Now, if you really want to get into it, I recommend you going to your website, anchor.fm, and signing up, or you can download anchor.fm from the Google Store, iTunes, and give it a try. So don't forget to go to anchor.fm, sign up, and I'll see you all in the podcast community. Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Miss Hyde's Paranormal World. Today, we will be discussing a couple things from my most lovely, trusted magazine, The World's Most Haunted Places. We're going to go to Europe. I'm using a new setup, so if you hear some noises in the background, I'm trying to get the kinks out of it, but for right now, this is what we're using, okay? I'll post some pictures up on my social media so you guys can take a look at the setup. I'm going to say thank you to the investor who sent money and for this, so thank you very much. To those who also donated, thank you very much. It went to a good cause. If you guys would like to donate, all the information will be in the description at the bottom of the description box. So we are going to be talking about the hair-raising, most haunted place in the world. We're going to be talking about Europe. Yep, the continent where history and legend often intersect is home to some of the world's most greatest ghost stories, along with goblins, vampires, and more than a few doorways to the underworld. Now, like I said, how many of us have been to Europe? It's on my bucket list. After watching Underworld, some people would love to go to Prague because it just has that gothic feel to it, and you expect to see vampires running around, stuff like that. Movies do that to you. But let's talk about France. Francia. We're going to talk about Paranormal Paris in France. Now, as you know, my beautiful haunted magazine has these really cool pictures, and I'm going to try to put some of these pictures online so you can see what I'm talking about. There is the catacombs in France, the notoriously haunted catacombs of Paris. And when I mean notoriously haunted, this catacomb's full of bones. Skulls, looks like femurs. You got leg bones, you got arm bones, and you got skulls. All crammed into the wall. It's very creepy looking, to be honest. And then there's the cemetery of Marie Antoinette and the graves of Paris something cemetery. like, you all know that I am not going about to pronounce any of these French names because, yeah, no, it ain't gonna happen. Now, we're going to start our beautiful podcast in France. Now, it was the year 1931, July 14th. Paris was celebrating Bastille Day. I don't know if I said that right, but you already know I butcher things. So if you're listening in France, I apologize for butchering what I'm about to say. So please do not kill me. Do not leave me any hate mail. Better yet, send me a voice message. The app takes Anchor takes voice messages. You can leave me a voice message on how to pronounce some of these words. So please, no hate mail, because then you're gonna piss me off, and we don't want to piss off Hyde. So Princess Anna Obolensky Trobulskayo, told you I was gonna butcher it, fell almost 1,000 feet from her third platform at the Eiffel Tower. She had recently gotten married and seemed in good spirits. Surely it was an accident. Yeah, you recently got married. Chances are you had money because she was a princess, so she came from wealth. And she happened to so graciously fall from the third platform at the Eiffel Tower. Who believes that? Not me. No. And like I said, she was in good spirits. But then letters found in her purse proved that she'd killed herself. Suicide. One of the hundreds of people who have jumped from the Iron Lady since it was built in 1889. See, I didn't even know they called the Eiffel Tower the Iron Lady. Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. I'm loving this setup. I can hear myself now. The princess is now said to be among the many souls who haunt France's national symbol. Now, no matter which way you look, the City of Lights also has a dark side. Every city has a dark side. The City of Angels, which is LA, Los Angeles, because in Spanish it's called Los Angeles, which means the angels, has a dark side. A lot of the hotels have murders, so there's a lot of history in it, so you gotta look into it. No matter where you look, there's a whole bunch of there's a dark side. From the spirits of the Louvier. I'm butchering these people. You know me already. And don't expect me to say these 100% correctly. Which some call to be the city's most haunted attraction. To the Erie catacombs, and to the even nearby village of Versailles. Okay, so they say that they see orbs, ectoplasm, shades, sometimes in the museum, in the medieval section. So if you don't know, the museum has a medieval. I cannot speak today. I'm having trouble speaking today. And perhaps the spirits of the people who once were imprisoned there. Now, one particular well-known entity is a little red ghost, repeatedly seen by the likes of Catherine de Medici and Napoleon Bonaparte. Plenty of spooky places figure in great works of French literature. The Notre Dame Castle is known for its hunchback. The opera has the Phantom. But in real life, those structures are reportedly haunted by respectfully robed figures with tall pointed hats and ghosts of suicidal women who roams the streets outside searching for the man who jilted her. Now, when I hear robes and pointed little hats, if you're from the United States, that means one thing and one thing only: the KKK. That's what I get when I hear robes and pointed little hats. Now getting back to my story. Though famously practical, Parisians see this particular cemetery that I butchered, Paris Laxey, I don't know how to pronounce it. Lachaise, Lachaise, in all its Gothic splendor, and it's a very Gothic cemetery. Really cool, actually. Looking, it's probably on my bucket list. As nothing more or less than a cemetery. It is said to be haunted by Oscar Wilde, Marcel Proust, Jim Morrison, and a number of other, shall we say, lesser mortals. That so sucks. You call them lesser mortals. What's wrong with you people? Alright, so we're going to go from France. We're going to skip over to Ireland. Land of the Dublin. We're going to Dublin. Well, not Dublin per se, but we're going to Ireland. The doorway to hell, St. Patrick's Purgatory. Now, again, I'm going to post some of these pictures onto the website. I'm going to post some of them onto social media so you guys can take a look at them. Now, since the Middle Ages, Catholic pilgrims have traveled to this station island. Okay, in the middle of the Low Derg in County Donegal, Ireland. God, man, these names. I'm butchering them left and right, but hey, that's Europe, and we're going to try to get through this now. There, they spend 3 days fasting and praying at the site where, according to legend, Christ showed St. Patrick a cave leading straight to purgatory. Now, I don't like mixing religion with paranormal. That's a no-no in my book. But this is St. Patrick. And supposedly this island holds the gateway to purgatory. If that's the case, I want a first class ticket. I want to look. I don't want to stay. Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm not staying in purgatory because that could happen when I die. But I would love to take a peek, a little peek, at what purgatory looks. They say that purgatory is what one's worst nightmare is. If that's the case, my worst nightmare is dying by drowning. Oh my god, no. I take that back. I don't want to take a look at purgatory, please. No purgatory. The island is one of many places where the gateway to the underworld supposedly exists. In 2013, archaeologists unearthed Pluto's Gate, which people... I'm not even going to pronounce this name because it just won't happen. But it's present-day southwest of Turkey. Believed to be entrance to the netherworld. Netherworld, however you want to pronounce it. The place is full of vapor, so misty and dense that one can scarcely see the ground, wrote one Greek geographer. Any animal that passes inside meets instant death. Now, if that's true, I'm gonna book a whole bunch of one-way tickets to ex-family members, extended family members. Let's be more specific. Extended family members, and let them walk through that. Let them die instantly. So I can say that my mother is the only child. If you guys listen to the Sofa podcast, you would understand where I'm going with that. So jump over to the Sofa podcast and you'll understand that one. So others supposedly state that the infernal entrances include Iceland's Mount Helka volcano, the Hauska Castle north of Prague, The Bloody Hell Pond in Beipu City, Japan, Lake Avernus near Naples, Italy, which the Romans considered the entrance to Hades, and is referred to as such as in Virgil's Aeneid. I read that book. That book is fucking interesting, fucking cool. I love that book. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. And it's also said that it is openings closer to home. Now, it's supposedly 7 gates to hell in the woods of York County, Pennsylvania, for instance, and anyone who passes through all of them goes straight to, well, you know that place where people feel really hot and nothing you drink can quench your thirst? That place supposedly exists if you make it through those 7 gates. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about hell. Locals insist no one who made it past the first 5 gates has ever returned. Well, if they didn't make it past, or they didn't return after the 5th gate, that probably means that they made it to the 7th gate, which probably means that they went to hell. And once you go to hell, there's no coming back. Just saying, folks, you know, this is what they say. Now, in the dilapidated cemetery of Tiny Skull, Kansas, now, there's an episode about this, I believe, on Weird Darkness or Graveyard Tales that talked about it. The lore has it that its hidden steps descend into the gates of hell. A voodoo tradition holds that 7 portals to hell exist throughout New Orleans. I gotta say it, New Orleans. I can't say it the other way. Then there are the hells that exist in the name only. California people, we have hell. Michigan has hell. See, the Grand Cayman Islands has hell. But if you find yourself in hell, Norway, relax. The word simply means good luck in Norway. Everywhere else means you're going to hell. And for California, well, we've probably been there. Now, let's go over to my favorite place. Transylvania. Now, we all know about Transylvania through Bram Stoker's Dracula and the werewolf movies. Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman and Kate Beckinsale, whatever her name is. That's how we know Transylvania. But Transylvania's Bran Castle has been long known as Dracula's Castle, the real home to the man who inspired the bloodthirsty Count is actually in Oaxaca, Romania. Now a ruin, the castle once belonged to 15th century Prince Vlad Tepes, aka Vlad the Impaler, aka Vlad III Dracula, okay? We're talking about Dracula, who is known for such atrocities as impaling his enemies on spears. Hence, Vlad the Impaler. Get it? Impaler? Sorry, folks. I'm a little twisty. Now, the castle was completed in 1388 on a cliff between Nagra and... Never mind, I can't pronounce that. Bran Castle is the only structure in Transylvania that matches the description of Dracula's domain in Bram Stoker's 1897 novel. But Stoker never visited Romania. See, I always thought he went to Romania. And that's how he got the idea for the castle. But according to this beautiful little book, he did not. So he gypped me. How wrong. His work was based on the 19th century tomes that depicted the country as a backwater filled with superstitious peasants. In his novel, he called Transylvania's the cursed land where the devil and his children still walk with earthly feet. I find that very intriguing. You know, the devil and his children walk with earthly feet. Because they considered Dracula at that time to be the devil. And his girlfriends, his concubines, his loves, his children. Now, again, I'm going to post some pictures about this. The skewed impression continues more or less to this day. The mist-covered mountains are real because, you know, they're real. The crumbling castle are real. The howling wolves, the swooping bats, peasants making the sign of the cross are all real. Maybe, but many Romanians represent a characterization of their country as a doom-haunted land of mystery and superstitious. I honestly believe that Transylvania, through movies and through all that, has built this reputation to be the werewolf capital of the world and Dracula's home. Yes, they've done a lot of episodes. Destination Truth did one on Romania and Transylvania. They both did the werewolf episode, and they did Dracula's episode. Ghost Adventures did one on, I think, on Dracula. So a lot of it is weird history, totally. It's considered, Europe is, to me, is considered one of the most haunted places in the world, because you have a lot of history. You have a lot of people who believe in superstition. Like, if you were to go through the streets of Romania or Transylvania and you were to take a look at stuff, they have statues of werewolves. Like wolves all over the place. There is like a major in schools, in like the university level, you know, study this stuff. So it was really interesting stuff coming out of Transylvania and Romania. Again, remember, I'm going to be putting some of these pictures up on the website, and I'm going to be putting some of them on social media so you guys can know what I'm talking about. Again, I'm going to credit the photographers on all of this. I don't want to get any flags. You're showing stuff that you never belong. Shove it where the sun don't shine. Now we're going to go to the next place where the underwear where the underworld movies take place. And if you don't know where I'm talking about the Czech Republic. And if you still have no fucking idea what I'm talking about the city of Prague. The city of Prague it's a unique place. So let's read a little bit about Prague. I felt as if the houses were staring down at me with the malicious expressions, full of nameless spite. The doors were black, gaping mouths, in which the tongues had rotted away, wrote Gustav Meyrink in the earliest early 20th century Prague in his classic mythical novel, The Golem. A sort of biblical Frankenstein's monster, the Golem is a mythical creature referred to in the Bible and the Talmud, and supposedly fashioned by clay by a wise man. Now, one of its creators was Rabbi Judah Lobenzel during the reign of Rudolph II in the late 16th century. Now, the rabbi's aim was to protect Prague's Jewish quarter from the anti-Semitism. Oh my lord, I can't even pronounce any words. Now, maybe that is why the golem is never seen on the streets of this Bohemian city. However, plenty of other supernatural beings are. If Prague isn't the most haunted metropolis in Europe, it's certainly one of the most widest varieties of otherworldly entities. Here you will find not just ghosts of the headless Templar, a malevolent spirit in the convent of St. Agnes, but reignited pagan fires of Petrin Hill, a goblin that lives under the Charles Bridge, and a skeleton that begs drunks for money. Prague may be only the few cities with a monument of a ghost. The statue named Joachim Burka stands in the city's old town. His story goes like this. Returning from war, Burka believed a false rumor that his fiancée had been unfaithful to him. Furious, they're always pissed, he had married another woman, and when his fiancée found out, she drowned herself. A distraught Burka then killed his wife and hung himself. Now his wandering spirit gets a shot at salvation once every 100 years. If he can find a virgin and talk to her for an hour, he will end his ghostly servitude. Sadly, he had missed his chance in 2009, but he's keeping his spectral fingers crossed for 2109. Now, some of these pictures, some of these topics, what they write are stupid, but the pictures is what gets me, because there's a picture of the old town in Prague. Just the looks of it. Now I know why filming Underworld had such an impact with the location filming, because it is so beautiful. I'm a fanatic of cemeteries. I love cemeteries. I used to go to lunch and have lunch at cemeteries. And where I work now, it's kind of hard to find a cemetery. But the cemeteries are so gorgeous. I'm going to have to put that up. With that being said, we're going to go to the last one. And I didn't save them last for... no, we're not. I lied. We're leaving Italy for last. We're going to go to the Kremlin. Now, if you guys don't know, Lenin's body is on display in the Kremlin, okay? We're talking about Russia. His body is embalmed, and it looks so fucking real. That kind of makes you want to do a double take and just like, is that really, did he really look like that? I don't know, kind of creepy. The year was 1918. The month and day was August 30th. Vladimir Lenin was speaking at Moscow's factory named Hammer and Sickle. Afterward, as the founder of the Communist Party and first head of the Soviet state left the building, revolutionary Fanya Kaplan called out to him and fired 3 shots. One hit him in the shoulder, the other hit his neck. Well, that's what the Soviets say. you always know that they'll change the story, just make it, oh, he shot him in the neck to kill him. We'll see. Though the fiery leader survived, he never fully recovered, and his injuries he sustained may have led to a series of strokes and ultimately killed him. Either way, this fool was gonna die. He was, for years afterward, unable to walk without a cane, which is why in 1923, a witness, so the legend goes, thought it was strange to see him moving quickly and unaided through the building's halls. Even stranger, the Corporal Lenin was away from the complex at that time. A bad omen? Maybe. Now, months after the sighting, in January of 24, Lenin died. Though his embalmed body, now creepily entombed in the red square in front of the Kremlin wall, surrounded by 240 victims of his October Revolution, as ghost prowls the fortresses where he has plenty of company. Now, I personally, Russia is another place I would love to go see and love to go visit, for the fact it is haunted. Who wants to go see the place where Vladimir Lenin got shot and investigate? Raise your hand. My hand's raised for all those who can't see me. But yeah, who wouldn't want to go do that? Me. I would love to do a paranormal investigation in England and do a paranormal investigation in the Czech Republic and Russia. There's so many locations around Europe that you would love to go. Let's go to the Tower, the London Tower. Let's visit the London Tower. And check the history out there. These locations are so haunted. Who wouldn't want to go do a road trip? I bet the Doctor would go. I bet he would jump on it and go if was asked. There's so many haunted locations across the world that, you know, Akihara Forest in Japan, that's been on a million different episodes, and that's truly haunted. I believe Europe holds the key to a lot of things. Stonehenge. Who wouldn't want to go investigate Stonehenge? It sits on landmines. I would love to go. So I consider Europe as one of the biggest locations that I personally would go and investigate. So, you know, by all means, anybody want to take a road trip, let me get more sponsors, let me get more investors, and we'll book a ticket and we'll go investigate Europe. Because I'm totally down for it. And I know a lot of people are. Okay, folks. I think I tested my headset and my new setup for like 32 minutes now. Which is pretty good. I will be hosting a live on Speaker Studio. So if you have Speaker or you want to get onto Speaker, please do so. It is SPREAKER. It will be a live episode. I am still working on my app. I need to tweak something and I don't know how to do it, so I'm going to have to email Apple. If there's anybody out there who knows Apple very well, especially apps, if you can shoot me an email to mshydesparanormalworld@gmail.com, I would greatly appreciate it. I don't know how to do something and I think I fucked it up. Typical Miss Hyde. But yeah, with that being said, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to all my new listeners. love you with all my little black cold heart. To my current subscribers, y'all motherfuckers are dope. Without you guys, I would have nothing. I would be still recording off of my voice memo on my iPhone, which is not bad. I can still do that on the fly. But, thank you to the investor. Thank you to the people who donated. I'm not going to mention names because I don't have permission to mention names, so I'm not going to mention any names. But to those who donate, I appreciate it so greatly. I got new equipment, so sound-wise, I think this is a little bit better. I'm still tweaking it. I'm still working it. Next would be a soundboard, just to get some stuff. But as of right now, I'm happy with what I have. Merch is coming along. Got some stickers. Gonna get some water bottles, some tote bags, some mouse pads. I'm doing little by little. I'm getting out there. So, like I said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Spread the word. Spread the love. Spread the paranormal out there. And if you have paranormal experiences, please share them with me. I want to do a paranormal experience episode. I'm still collecting stories, and I'm getting very discouraged because I'm not getting enough stories for that episode. And I may have to call the doctor and have him do an episode with me for the paranormal. But other than that, I'm gonna sign off, and you all enjoy this episode, and I will be seeing you soon. Talk to y'all later. Keep it ghosting, and a ghosty out.